Hello everybody, my name is Dumitrita Iftode. I'm a PhD student at Alexandru and Cuza University from Iasi, and today I will be presenting that paper with the topic Sustainability Enhancement through Information Technology in Higher Education. So, as we all might know already, the quick evolution and development of digital technologies contribute to changes and, of course, turning points in every aspect of a modern society. The digital innovation influences the manner that we communicate, interact, learn, and even work. And managing these digital changes and turning them into some long-term sustainable solutions could be a real challenge nowadays. The field of education is seen as one of the key technology consumers, which suggests that an interesting link exists between education and ITC industry. Therefore, the evolution and the expansion of technological tools have become one of the most promising aspects of the changes and advances in today's society. Therefore, technology-enhanced learning offers immeasurable opportunities for the academic environment. Advances in ICT create challenges for the field of education, of course, and not only, also for the academic staff, and ICT is challenging their competencies, students' induction into the technology-enhanced learning environment, and sustainable education overall. Sustainable education can be examined from several perspectives. First of all, the capacities to support students in the process of learning, knowledge building process, assist the students in the acquiring critical thinking, the use of technology enhanced learning as a facilitated tool for learners, and in recognizing the opportunities that ICT could bring into the academic environment. Technology-enhanced learning, of course, comes with some drawbacks, which the most important of them are highlighted here. The unprepared users to use ICT for learning and teaching, the negative, perhaps, attitude towards ICT, not enough support from the institution, the feeling that technology comes with an increased workload in their daily activities. Therefore, even if students nowadays are considered to be digital natives, on a daily basis, it is proven that sometimes also students are not sufficiently prepared to use ICT and develop in this sense. Literature suggests that often academic staff either feels unprepared to work with technology, or their negative attitude or their reluctance, better said, to use technology altogether comes along in the process of adopting ICT. Therefore, countries collaborating in the framework of the Bologna process have recently agreed that digitalization of education is one of the key objectives of collaboration. Therefore, quality in education is the main tool for inclusive education and for creating learning opportunities, as established in the objectives for sustainable development. Quality education, one of the pillars of the UN 2020 agenda for sustainable development, aims to ensure inclusive and, of course, equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all the stakeholders. From the implementation perspective, educational activities must incorporate sustainable and effective educational methods in order to fulfill the potential of technology transformation. We address here the following changes. Changes in educational aims, in the learning processes, in the teaching processes, and in the educational governance. change framework for sustainable education for ICT. So therefore, the movement from physical tasks to creative, strategic and analytical thinking is effective what students need to master. Otherwise, a transformation it require maybe to reorient the curriculums more student-centered and to get it around these four elements. The increased need to critically assess the credibility of information accessed online, the interaction with a wide range of media, engaging with new forms of communications adapted to different kinds of platforms, social media and other applications that emphasize sharing and different forms of collaboration. The change framework for sustainable education through ICT Part 2 so shifts from a teacher-oriented frame of reference to a more learner-oriented or student-centered, but focuses more on the needs, interests, and motivation of the students. The policy change could be realized through the following elements: better targeting interventions to students' needs by evaluating their effectiveness, by tracking a broader pattern for educational success and failure, by assessing the impact of policy changes, holding accountable educational leaders which would have a responsibility for the implementation and effectiveness of those policies. Therefore, in conclusion, I would like to summarize that ICT is becoming an increasingly important development of innovating educational practices, which are, as always, directed towards a more sustainable model of education with increased focus on students' needs. The traditional education changes in a variety of ways by taking increased advantage of technologies, including a special focus on distance education, also nowadays with a pandemic situation and with multiple possibilities for teaching and learning, with enhanced, with diversified possibilities, I would say. Sustainable education requires a sustainable development strategy whose final objective is to achieve both personally and socially sustainable policies and practices in the academic environment. Therefore, I thank you very much for your time and attention.